or what I'm going through today, is going through Copilot Studio and how we can actually. Is that better? Why? Yeah, but like I need to type, which is going to be difficult. So out of the box, Copilot Studio comes with a number of different agents. Unfortunately, they are not good for every use case. The particular use case that I was interested in was to determine whether I could create a solution that would enable me as a solution architect to do two things. Define a solution given a customer problem, and then do some level of competitive analysis to see whether I could find information about my competitor or people that are trying to solve a similar problem. So what I did was I started with creating a workflow, and hopefully the gods of live demo are with us today. They seem to be. So my chatbot is called Archie. And Archie is a solution architect that is looking to do something for us. So if we restart the agent, it should say that Archie is our virtual copilot to design solution that delights customers. Who doesn't want to have a chatbot that does that for you? It's kind of nice. I should point at this point that I added a number of different web pages as part of my knowledge base. You will see that we have the building AI agents as being one of the source, the Gen AI Collective, Crew AI, obviously. We've all heard about the Model Context Protocol from Anthropic. That's another source. And I couldn't leave out, obviously, the documentation from Microsoft. That would have been a very bad issue, trying to show the technology. So let's try with a very simple question and ask the system, what is Agentic AI? Maybe he's going to tell us. At least it was working earlier, so hopefully it works again. So what it does, in this case, it goes to the knowledge base, which is all of the documents and sources that I have loaded. And in this particular case, sorry, Microsoft, it seems that Crew 1 and Crew AI actually was the one that was used for providing the solution or the answer at the very least. And it says that Agentic AI refers to artificial intelligence systems that are doing things by themselves. Kind of nice, but you use perplexity.ai, you use Copilot or any other tool, and you will get the same answer in one way or another. So not really helpful from that perspective. So one of the things you can do with Copilot Studio is you can start defining a number of topics that may be of interest. So what I did is I created a topic for Crew AI Enterprise Week, which is why we're all here. And essentially, I started telling it, if you get some of these keywords as trigger, you need to do a certain step or a certain number of actions. So let's say Crew AI Agentic. Agent Week. So in this case, what is going to happen or should happen is that instead of going into the normal answer as what we had before, which was answering the question, it actually triggered a topic, which I will show you in a minute in more detail. And if I take a problem that I used, because I'm not very good at defining problems, Google Gemini Pro 2.5, just to make it like that nobody is considered as not being inclusive, because we have to be as inclusive with our generative AI as with other things. So let's make sure that we have a span of different things. So what I said is a customer needs accurate and relevant information, and it's trying to find these very in an efficient manner. Well, what I triggered as an action is to say, well, what type of things do you want to do next? If I click right now competitive analysis or order, it's kind of going nowhere because I didn't set it up, and I will show you in a minute why. But if I say like that I want a solution generation, which is creating a solution for the problem, what it's going in the background, it's calling a LLM with a particular prompt, and it's now giving you an answer. One of the things that I will say is that as much as this is very nice and it's relatively easy to define your topics and define the flow, it's also somewhat difficult like the first time that you're doing it. And the reason is that there are a lot of expectation, and it's not necessarily as intuitive as you would have thought. So for example, in this case, I created an LLM. First I have a condition based on my choice. And in this case is solution generation, and then he calls an LLM. And as part of the LLM, and I'm sorry for the time it takes, as part of the LLM, I give him instruction in a prompt to do something for us. This seems to be taking a bit too long. But one of the things is that you cannot necessarily control the information, and you can see like it's very simple in terms of the prompt. It's not elaborate. And one of the things that you also have to think about is that the actual process of having the response back is done through a topic or a message. And you can define like the information and how you want like to deliver the message, and you can control some of the information. Okay, so let's go back like to the prompt. I've not quite tested this before, so this is going like to be like really live. But one of the things that you can do, given the nature of the beast, is that you can change your prompt. You can adapt your prompt as you go along. So in this case, I can say that the problem that I'm looking for is the problem as an input, which should be. Sorry. Text. Choice. So I can easily change my prompt, so I'm not stuck to one prompt as opposed to another prompt. I can restart my whole process through it, and I can restart like the process of doing the interaction. Obviously, in this one case, and if I restart it here, it will give us back to the first interaction. I can again say create an agent, and it will ask me again for what my problem is. And you can see that in this mode, as you are writing the information in the central, or as you're testing, you are always have some level of explanation and transparency in terms of what is being triggered. So now I have done my solution generation. I've changed my my prompt, and technically I should have a different answer. And we do have a similar different answer. The formatting again is something that you need to work with as you go and use the tool, but it provides you with some of the information that comes through. So what I thought I would do live, and again, hopefully the gods are with us of live demos, is adding like an additional condition. So I showed we had 3 different options. We had the solution generation, competitive analysis, and then we had other. The way that it currently works as a starting point I had whatever you were choosing for different options was going to all other options, and therefore going down the rabbit hole of essentially saying yes, bye, and then it finished the conversation. But obviously, as we put in extra options to do something else, why not add an additional condition? We need to select the variable. In this case, we have to find what it is. In this case, we're going to take competitive analysis. And then we're going to add another prompt as part of this, which is part of our advanced. No, sorry. Sure. To get yourself familiar with the interface, it's trying to be very minimal coding, like a lot of the new no-code visualization. But that doesn't, if you are very technical, it doesn't mean that it's generally going to enable you to give you the works that you want. So let's call this competitive analysis. And then we will have an input. In this case, our input is, again, text, which is the problem. And we have I've defined a simple prompt for this case, which is essentially to say that create a listing of features of competitor of offering similar solution that address our problem. And now I can save this. So now if I restart my agent, and again, create agent, I take back my question.